So right here, once that red light turns on, you're ready to start it. Once it starts, hold the start button down for about 5 to 10 seconds. Just make sure it gets its full cycle going. To turn it back off, just press stop, and that's going to turn it off from there. Okay? And then once we go inside, I'll show you that switch is out to turn it back on inside. You do have a ladder here to get to the roof if you need to get to any kind of roof for any kind of reason. Maybe there's a nice scenery, you want to take a nice picture. Just be careful with kids. I wouldn't let kids go up there just because it's a roof and it is about 13 feet high, so you want to be careful with that. Right here, this could be your furnace exhaust. So this will be hot. This is where it blows out all the extra heat from your heater. So this will be hot, so be careful if you are in the back of your unit in the back of it. Right here, you're gonna have another compartment space. This compartment space here is gonna contain your electrical connection for your shore power. So right here, this cord comes out about 15 to 20 feet, and this unit here is a 50 amp system. Just gotta wiggle this off a little bit. So this unit here is a 50 amp system. If you have a plug that looks just like this, plug it directly into the camp space. If they don't have a plug like this, you can use your adapter here, and your adapter here is gonna break it down. Just plug it in, it's gonna break it down to regular 30 amp. If you have a 30 amp, you're just gonna plug it directly in to that. If it doesn't have a 30 amp, you have to go even smaller. We have this other adapter that breaks down to a regular 110. So if you don't have that, you just plug it in here, and you'll be able to plug it into like a regular house plug. You also have this little spot right here. It has these little locks on the inside. Just open them up, and that way you can send your hose through the bottom, and you can keep your compartment closed, but your hose can still be out, so you don't have to worry about leaving this open and worried about something's going to happen. Okay, so that's all that. You do have a coax cable in here as well. So if they do have cable at the campground or place you go, just plug it into there. It's already connected in here. Once you go inside, you'll change the TV from air to cable. And then that's just in your normal TV menu settings.
Wonderful.
Right in here, this is where your gas gauge is at. It's just unleaded fuel only, nothing special, just cheap stuff is fine. Just unleaded only. Make sure you put your gas cap back on. A lot of the accidents happen in gas stations, so you do want to make sure you have somebody outside on the sides of you and the back of you, just to make sure that you're not going to hit a yellow pole, because there are a lot of yellow poles at gas stations. Right here is where you're going to have all your spacers. So these are all your spacers here. You're going to have these bigger ones for, like, say you're on the dirt surface and you're going to put your leveling jacks down. If you're on dirt, you want to put these underneath so your jacks won't dig into the dirt, and that's not going to be good to keep your unit level. You have these ones here. You also have a couple other bags here, so you have plenty. These ones you'll put underneath your tire. These ones, if you're really at an unlevel space and you put your jacks down, your tires come off the ground, and so your unit is level. You just want to put these underneath the tire or put them in front, and you could drive on top of them. Okay. Those will be all inside here. Right here, this is where your sewage compartment is at. Okay, so right here you're going to have your sewage hose, you can have your elbow. Your elbow here is what you're going to want to screw in the hole at the campground that they provide. I always say 2 full turns will lock it in place. Once you have this locked in place, then you're going to come over here. You're going to get your sewage hose. Your sewage hose here with these little nipples on the side here. You're just going to get them, wrap it around the edge where the claws are at, lock them together just how they are. Just tighten it up. Once this piece is in there, this part here, you're going to want to come over here to where this part's at, and then this part is where you're going to connect your hose to up here. Lock it in, make sure this is all connected. Once it's all connected, I have these valves open already, but just to show you that they're empty. Once you get to the campground, this is your black valve, this is your toilet. You want to pull this valve first, let this all drain out. Once you're done letting it drain out, close it, and then you're going to open your gray valve. Your gray valve is your sinks and showers. That's going to help clean out your hose. So when you disconnect, it's not going to be all the yucky stuff at the end. So always black first, gray second. If you're going to be at a campground like overnight or a couple of days, leave your black valve closed, leave your gray valve open. So if you're taking showers, washing dishes, all that water is going to come straight out. But like an hour or two before you depart, close your gray water valve and let it fill up a little bit when you're using water and things like that. So that way, before you take off, pull your black valve, drain out all your black tank, and then close it, open your gray with that little bit of water that was in there, and that'll help clean out your hose. So again, you don't have to worry about all that yucky stuff. Okay, you do have outside lights. This right here is where you're gonna connect your city water. Let me get your hose. So right here, you're gonna have a fresh water hose right here. This here, you want to keep your water hose and your sewage hose separate. So this one's in a different compartment, and your sewage hose is in here. Do not mix them together, or you will be charged for a water hose. So right here, once you get this here, you have another side here that's gonna come down, just like that, and you can connect your water hose here, get it, tighten it down. Once it's on and tightened, this little nozzle here, you're gonna turn this down to fill tank, and that's gonna fill up your fresh water tank. Once your fresh water tank is full, you're gonna close this valve back to normal, because you want it back on normal if you're gonna be using the water pump inside, okay? And the same thing, if you're gonna be using city water, you're gonna just connect it the same, leave it here, turn it on. You don't have to have your water pump on when you're in the city water. Okay. You do have an outside shower here. I'll have all this all connected right now. Like I said, it is winterized, so I'll have all this connected back for you when you come. But you do have an outside shower here. You also have a water pump switch outside, so if you want to use your water pump outside, instead of having to go all the way inside to turn it on, you have a switch right here to do so right there. Okay, right in here you're going to have another compartment space here. This is where you want your water hose. So here, you're going to want your water hose in here, sewage hose in there. Keep them separate. Right over here, you want to make sure you kind of close your compartment a little bit so they won't scrape against each other. You have more compartment space there, and then you have another compartment space here. So these three compartments are all one compartment space. So plenty of space. If you have like long luggage or something that's kind of long, you have plenty of space there. If you kind of look on the top, you have space so you can put things higher up. It's like right here, you have a little space so you can put more stuff above. There's also a carpet. When you put your awning out, you put that carpet outside so you don't have to get all kind of dirt or things like that inside the unit. Right here, you do have a driver door here to get inside your unit. So if you want to, instead of going through the regular entrance door, you do have a driver door here as well. And then again, you can have a side camera on your mirror, just the same as the other side is there. Every time you turn your mirror on, that's what's going to come out. And then you do have your front of your unit here. And now we'll step inside and we'll start from the inside.